it. There are three timelines. The center timeline is the graduation timeline. The above timeline is where spirit guides exist or multitemporal beings exist who try to manipulate the lowest timeline, which is where the fresh spirits who are coming into our solar system come to get their very first part of the School of Hard Knocks. They're more astral entities and or existing in lower astral entity parasitic forms, entering into animal forms like bees, ants, gophers, mice, rats, and the predatory prey. And then as they get more powerful, they go into more sentient species like cats, dogs, whales, and all the other layers of experience where they can then begin to have a multidimensional expression that may reflect any other worlds that they lived on. But Earth, at its lower timeline, has invested into many, many sentient beings who have not lived on any other world. She has been doing this privately, separate of the incarnation grid that's controlled by the archons, where she has brought in literally spirits, brand new spark of soul in this universe, completely blank slate, and has brought them into the nurturance of there. And they have gone through the cycle of extinction, meaning they get to be a part of a species from the very beginning to the very end. And Earth has had many extinction epochs created by off-world and on-world people. So the lower timeline is a way that Earth can manipulate stuff that's going on in the rest of the universe to keep their overall mission of her bringing new life and cycling through new life, no matter what's happening on the graduation timeline. Does that answer your question?
This definitely answered the lower one. Fantastic. But I will leave the top line for another time, maybe.
Well, you got to understand that's where the ascended masters work, and they can only function through us at one degree of separation. They can't physically manifest here because their rules have changed. That means the upper timeline has to essentially let go of the torch of eldership and enter the graduation timeline and no longer be interferers but be embodies. The embodiment, the I am presence. So that means many of these ascended masters are going to be incarnating into bodies at this time, and they're going to have to be incarnating what they've been trying to fix for so long. So it's like bringing an emergency mechanic to a broken down car. They're getting born in, as the mechanic. It's reaching the emergency thing, and they have to go through everything that we went through as little kids while we are taking the torch of eldership. And then the new torch of eldership will be handed to those that want to go in it'll be on both the graduation and elder timeline, which is on the upper, which is those people who have truly manifested the majority of the subtle energy skills, sensuality, sexuality, blue body, and allow themselves to have multidimensional medium communications through many different expressions of their DNA, whether they want to work with Arcturians or Pleiadians or Earth elementals or dragons or whatever. You make your choice into the type of magical language that you're going to express during that process.
Fantastic.
Could I ask a question
Sure.
of related to that stream? So these masters that come back and incarnate into these bodies and such, is there like you said, they have to go through our experiences. Is there a risk of them kind of falling off their master status or their consciousness?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have any do you have any known example, maybe from the past that we would have known of people like this? Okay, Mozart,
Beethoven.
he was one. Huh.
Kurt Cobain.
Oh wow. And what is there something specific that makes them fall off, that they kind of all fall into? Is it just getting
timeline genocide, making sure that they can't manifest or change the world? Every time somebody did telekinesis in the 50s, 60s, or 70s, in the early 70s, they ended up suicided or brought into the projects.
I see. Is there a way for let's just say most people being able to like people who aren't necessarily sensitive to energy, is there any distinguishing ways to recognize a reincarnated master? Or
generally they're crystal children, but that doesn't guarantee. And by the time they reach 8, 9, or 10, they won't be any definition that is even crystal, indigo, or anything else. They'll be prodigal children, geniuses that are waiting to remember their race memory. Some may still be asleep sheeple. I mean, I have regularly scanned the world, and there are as many as 6,000 ascended masters in bodies now that have no idea that they're ascended masters. They're just working at their debt management job or their office job or their own small business.
Wow.
No clue.
That's incredible.
Or they have an itching, and their family doesn't allow them to listen to shows like this. Not allowed because they'd be ridiculed if they did, and they have to listen to it in secret.
Sure. I hear that's a common thing. Some of the some of the people who listen to this show, these shows in general, face, you know, because for some people it's just so far out there, but when you feel that, you know, truth, when you listen to the
Exactly.
show, it's hard to stay away.